Well, really proud of our team. Really good effort today. This is a good team we beat. They've played a hellacious non-conference schedule and been on the road at Gonzaga, at Washington, at Kentucky, at Houston. I mean, I don't know if anyone's played a schedule like that, but they're dangerous because of their ability to shoot the basketball. They averaged 29 threes a game. They made 15 last game, made 9.2 coming in. And so that was a point of emphasis for us, was guarding the basketball, our ball screen defense, and then our rotations, and hopefully staying out of rotations. And I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job of that. I thought early on in the game, especially offensively, we didn't play with the necessary force. And part of it, I think a big part of it is that we've gotten away from competition with exam week. I thought as the game went on, we got back in competition mode, compete mode. And I thought the last 8 minutes of the first half, but then how we started the second half was really, really good. And so really pleased with the win. We had some guys that had some really good individual performances, but I'm most proud of our team performance. We had 21 assists to 8 turnovers, which is really good. We dominated the glass, and just as important, we did a really good job. The team was averaging, I think, about 72 points a game and holding them to under 60. So really proud of that. Opening it up to these guys, and I'll get you in a second.
Fede, you guys allowed just 3 offensive rebounds today. The fewest you guys had allowed was 6 going into this game. What went into you guys' effort to contain them on the glass?
You want to tell them?
Yeah, me and Blake had a little bet that which one gonna get more rebounds. So that's probably.
I clearly lost.
Yeah.
What'd you bet on?
What was the bet?
Huh?
Whoever get the most rebounds.
No, what was the bet? Like whoever said it.
Yeah, it's just
Friendly wager. Friendly bet, nothing crazy.
bet.
You know if that's the one that do
They both lost to Greg, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys, this was a season low in 3-point attempts. Was it just kind of the matchup you were able to take advantage on the inside? What went into that?
Oh, I didn't even realize that. We was looking for the best shot, and sometimes that's not always the 3 ball. So that's how it went down.
Blake, you hit 8 of your 9 2-point field goals tonight. Is the mid-range game something that you feel is a lost art in today's game? 3-pointers are always a big story, but how do you feel about the mid-range game, yours specifically?
Just like I said, it was there. It was the best shot in some of these cases, so I took it. And, thankfully it went in.
Fede, Nelly was kind of everywhere tonight, passing, not just to you underneath, but he seemed like he was really comfortable out there facilitating. What have you noticed from him, not just tonight, but over these last few games that has led to his success?
Nelly's an unbelievable player. He's just doing what he does. That's it.
Fede, you set a career high last week with 17, then you set another career high. What has kind of allowed you to do that? Are you feeling more comfortable in your role? Like, what's going on with that?
I'm just trying to improve my game. Coaches, my teammates help me do that. I feel comfortable in the court, and that's probably just it.
Where do you think that comfort's coming from, Fede? Practicing,
having fun, playing basketball.
Blake, you talked about talk and communication this week as being something that you guys were focusing on. How did you feel it was, especially on the defensive side of the court?
It was better, but it can still get a lot better. And we're moving towards that. It's an emphasis, and it's going to be an emphasis to the end of March. So that's just what it is with this team, and we got to have it, and we're going to have it.
It seemed like they went zone there a little bit in the second half, and you guys were able to force them out of it, I guess, pretty quickly. What were you doing to make sure that wasn't really an effective strategy?
Making the right plays, not letting the switch of defense panic us. And we did a really good job in the second half, like we've done a lot this year. So making the right plays is all it really was.
What were those right plays?
Just being decisive, not forcing things up. When you're out there, they play man a lot, and then you come down and they switch it to zone. So point guards and everybody else did a good job of recognizing the defense, getting in the new play or getting in the new set, or just picking your spots inside. So that's exactly what it was.
Like, are you kind of pleased that the non-conference season is over and you got nothing but ACC games from now on?
Yeah, no, I'm not pleased. You know, I've been waiting a long time for this, so that means, you know, we halfway done. But, you know, I'm, you know, more basketball ahead, so it's just always happy to see that.
Blake, it seemed like when the Twins came in, they gave you guys a lot of energy. There's a lot of support coming from the bench when they were making some defensive plays. What do they do to energize you guys?
Just beat them. It's just something about them that we want them to do so good. So I think everybody energy kind of perks up when they get in because we want to see them do good. So we're just trying to help them do good. That's all.
Good job. Just rest.
Jeff, what's it like having so many forwards this year that you can rotate in and out and you're getting that kind of consistent play?
Yeah, I mean it's exciting. You know, it's exciting. They're good players. They're really good guys. They enjoy the process of working. You know, it was an early game, our earliest start this year, and we had an 8:30 shoot around. And I got here probably at 8. I walked out on the court, and it was 3 guys already here shooting. And you know, yesterday after practice, I was talking to the guys, TV people that were doing it, and we probably had 7 guys out there getting extra shots. And that's just been who this team is. Those 2 guys that were just up here are examples of that, and it's kind of become contagious.
Given everything else that Nelly and Jamarius can do for you, does it almost not matter if they, you know, have an off shooting night as long as they do those other things?
We just need them. We need everyone to be locked into winning and figuring out what do we have to do to win. You know, we don't need anyone worrying about how many shots, points, or whatever. It's just making winning plays and being locked into winning. And those 2 guys do that.
Yeah. Greg's been shooting the ball really well lately, but obviously the rebounds, I think he had the most assists he had all season. What have you seen from him kind of like evolving more than just a shooter?
Greg is a really, really good teammate. I mean, I think he's an elite teammate. You know, when he joined our program, we knew that he was a good player. We knew that he could shoot the basketball. Obviously, I knew the guy that recruited him and coached him at Marquette. He's one of my best. So I talked a long time to him about him. Obviously, Jake on our staff coached him there. But again, you don't really know anyone until you're with them. Until you can recruit these guys and think you know them, but until you're with them, you don't really know them. And he's an even better teammate than I thought. He's a guy that's willing to do whatever. Like, and I mean that in a literal sense. Like he will, whether it's rebound, he's a really good team defender. He's a really good leader. He talks. You know, he doesn't have an ego problem. He has an ego that he thinks he's good, but he doesn't have an ego problem. And so he's been a joy to have in our program, and he's really helped us in every aspect of becoming a better team.
I know you guys said John was unavailable for personal reasons. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. It's nothing physical. It's nothing academic. Nothing off the court. You know, just dealing with some things, and we support him. We have his back, and want to help him.
Will you play?
I don't know. We'll see.
What did a full non-conference schedule teach you about the team that you didn't already know?
You know, we got off to a tough start. We really, the West Virginia game really knocked us back. I think we were so excited, and it was an unbelievable crowd. And then we got punched in the mouth, and I think that really hurt us for the next couple of games. You know, it's interesting. We've played 12 games, 6 of them on the road. You know, 6 of them away from home. That's probably not ideal, but we've been road tested. I think we've been pretty good, not on a neutral court. We were not good on a neutral court, but when we've gone to other people's places, we've been pretty good. We're going to need to be really good on Tuesday. I think we've gotten better. I think individually some guys have gotten better, which has helped us get better as a team. And so we're excited about continuing to grow. I think we still have a ceiling that we can get to, and we want to keep trying to work and trying to pursue that.
Jeff, what's one thing you've learned about your team now that you maybe didn't know at the start of the season or right before it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I thought we had a chance to be good. I still think that. I think maybe the answer would be what we've done defensively. We've been pretty good in that area. We still have to get better rebounding. I thought we would struggle rebounding. and we have. We have to get better. We've gotten better the last 2 games, but as we go up against better competition, obviously, that'll be the test. But I like how we've progressed throughout the season.
When it comes to Nelly, obviously at his previous school, he was called on a lot to score. Now you have guys like Blake and Greg for him to facilitate to. How have you noticed his growth as more of a facilitator and less as a primary scorer?
Well, I think at Colgate, I think Nelly's primary job was to win and to do whatever it took to win. And I think he did that. He obviously did that at an incredibly high level. It just happened that he scored. And they had other guys. I mean, they were really, really good. So they had other guys that scored as well. I mean, he's if you take today's game away, the last 4 games, he was like right at 17 a game, 16.8, I think is what it was. And his percentages were really good just because he didn't score today. I mean, he's a good player and he can impact the game in a lot of different ways. And probably just as important, he's mature enough to understand that, which is a big thing for us.
Did you get much of a chance to look at Syracuse?
No, I'm watching them right now. When those guys were talking, I was watching them. I saw a little bit of the Georgetown game. And I saw a little bit of someone else they were playing. It was on. I watched a little bit of it, but I haven't watched them a lot.
Obviously, Coach Boeheim's been running a 2-3 zone for the last 5 decades or so. I mean, from what you've seen over these last handful of years, how has that zone defense evolved, and what are the kind of tricks to getting past it?
Well, it's not tricks. You got to play good basketball. That's what you have to do. The zone is different when you play them the first time. For us, every time we played them the first time, we really struggled in the first half because we're not going to be able to simulate it. They do it every day. We're going to try to simulate and do some things, but there's certain areas we want to try to attack. If you can get out in transition, if you can do that, if you can get on the glass, obviously you have to make some shots. But my main thing for them is going to be, we have to defend at a high level. Again, I haven't watched them a lot. I know Edwards is having a heck of a year. I actually looked at their stats the other day. I just wanted to take a peek at them. I know he's having a heck of a year. Obviously, Gerard can shoot. Mintz is a terrific talent and is playing really well. And, the thing about their team is that as the season goes on, they normally get better because they're young guys and they have some young guys. They learn the zone. They learn the nuances of the zone more. And so we know it'll be a tough challenge for us. It's a tough place to play. But we're excited for it.
That dome is a larger facility. It's kind of different in terms of like depth perception for shooters, and it's different in terms of just sound and everything. Is there any challenges that you face coaching in a building like that?
No, I mean I think we're used to it. Again, for our new guys, it'll be different. We'll go there the night before, but as a guy that could shoot back when I played, and still, if the ball is round, I can put that ball in the basket, and hopefully our guys have that same mindset.
Jeff, you guys last year, when John struggled, you guys struggled as a whole. But this year, it seems like if your front court can be winning and your back court can be winning games, is your identity this year that you're a very balanced roster that can handle different strengths and weaknesses from game to game?
Well, that's what you always want to do. You always want to have a team where it's not. I mean, no. Look, I don't care. Whoever you would consider the best player in the world, we all would maybe have a different opinion. But whoever that person is, they can't win by themselves. So whether it's Giannis, Middleton got hurt last year, they didn't win a championship. Steph, Clay, Draymond got hurt, they didn't make the playoffs. And so it doesn't matter. LeBron, Durant, you have to have a good team. And that's been our goal here every year. We've had moments where we've had good teams, but we haven't been able to sustain it. We're building towards that. We have good pieces, they fit. They're really good guys. They want to be good. They work. And so we have to keep that up. One of the things that's happened here, in my opinion, with our team, it's us. I think everything is blown out of proportion, whether good or bad. We're trying to stay even. We're trying to stay in the middle. So when we lost those 3, let's not panic. Let's figure it out. We won 5 in a row. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We won today. Hey, let's move on. Let's get better tomorrow. So that's what we're trying to do.
When you face the 2-3 zone, last one. When you face the 2-3 zone, obviously you said attacking the glass, getting out in transition. Those are some, strategies, things to work on ahead of it. But in terms of the front court presence, they have Edwards, they have bigs down there. What kind of strategies are you going to work on with Fede, with your other bigs ahead of this game on Tuesday?
They have to be able to finish through contact, and they have to be able to catch and finish quickly when they get it down there. Edwards is an unbelievable shot blocker. He's a rim protector. They have some other guys back there that can do it. They're a little bit bigger, and I should say a little bit more athletic on their front line than maybe they were in the past couple of years, and a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. That usually means the zone's a little bit better. And so there are areas we want to attack. I'm not going to say, but there are areas that we want to attack, and we got a few days to really work and start preparing for that. See you guys.